Welcome back, everyone, to this week's edition of the Friday Checkout. I'm your host, Brian Fish, and of course, every Friday I'm joined here by Tyler Alexander, my fearless executive producer and personal assistant, McDonald's getter, luggage,
a bunch of things. Yeah,
luggage. Like you can pack a car. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But no, everybody, we're so happy to be back at home. I almost said on U.S. soil, but I'm like, we're not even in the same place. Like we are in the U.S., but two different spots.
A crazy 2 weeks.
Right? Funny enough, it's been 2 weeks, and the last time we did this episode, it was the middle of the night.
Literally 12 o'clock at night. After like a 12-hour recording day.
Yeah. Very, very long day. Very long day. And then we woke up, I think, the next day and had to do it all again. We finally made it. So we were in Northern Ireland for the last, 8 days total, I think?
I think 8 days total, yeah.
8 days total with St. Agnes Choral Society. They had a production of Come From Away, which was amazing. And Tyler was the press photographer, essentially, for a week, which was awesome. We have a ton of photos from that, which turned out great. We filmed a ton of content.
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff done. We've been kind of re-strategizing some marketing tactics. So got to film out a ton of stuff out in Northern Ireland. It was beautiful in the countryside. So
the lighthouse, I think, was the best one.
Oh, yeah. I think that was my favorite that we've done so far.
At least the best one that's airable.
Oh,
that
totally.
We can actually publish.
Totally.
We had a lot of Nando's.
Nando's, I think, 3 times?
At least 3 times.
Yeah, I think three times.
Did we go to 3 different Nando's?
I think we went to 3 different
I think we did go to 3 different Nando's.
Yeah, 100%.
My favorite, the last one would have been my favorite if the soft serve machine had been working.
Yeah, the soft serve was definitely a nice touch. That first night that we were there, it was just like, I think we both needed a little pick-me-up before we went back to the hotel. Felt like a kid again.
It was so good. Now, the big question that well, I don't know how she wants to be helped. What the hell?
I'm going to keep that in this.
You should. Excuse me, we're recording. Lord. Getting back on subject. Hopefully won't be interrupted again so rudely. But the question I have on my mind is, can you potentially listen to any more Sabrina Carpenter?
Yeah, the funny thing is, I think we were in London and just kind of the English countryside a little bit last time. Right. Sabrina Carpenter's last album dropped, and that was like the anthem of the trip. And then this time around too, she just had her new album drop, and that was the anthem of this trip.
Yes, because I played it at every chance.
Yeah,
from start to finish, and then would try to go do this other stuff, and then I'm like, I can't listen to this.
You're like, no,
I just can't do it. No, but it was definitely a good trip. We had a great time. The group St. Agnes's that we're there with, they're always fantastic. That's where I got this moose.
Yeah, it seems like just yesterday too, we were there over the winter time last year. So it was good to see some familiar faces.
Oh, definitely. It is funny now that I like the fact that I can drive around and I don't always have to have the directions.
Yeah.
I actually know where to go.
Yeah.
So, and this was a little different. We stayed outside of the city center, so we weren't right down there. So
it was nice.
I think that it was nice. I think it had that fancy gym.
Yeah. I tried to make use of it as much as I could.
I mean, I definitely made use of it because it's the first time I've ever seen the market for the hotel, the grab and go, was in the fitness center. So it felt a little strange getting candy and soda from the guy that's supposed to check you into the fitness
and then
center.
not going to the gym.
And then not going to the gym as you're standing there to check out, and you're seeing all these people run and doing push-ups and everything. But no, it was so funny though. Did I tell you what happened at checkout when I went to go check out of the room and the lady looked at the bill?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
So she's like, oh, I need to make sure your bill is right. And she's like, well, you're only here X number of days. And she's like, I'm going to print it real quick so that we can look over it. And she was so confused. And it was because at breakfast, they would charge our breakfast together because we were usually together. But then there was a separate transaction for every Diet Coke that I had ordered.
Oh, God.
So it the bill went to it was 2 pages of food and beverage charges, and it confused her because she's like, they must have overcharged you. And I'm like, no, those are all the charges from me. Those are
there had to have been at least 10 to 12.
There was at least 12. At least 12. But are you tired? I'm very tired. I cannot wait for the weekend to come because I slept literally worked 3 weeks straight.
I slept a lot yesterday.
Yeah.
I think I clocked 11 hours, and I've been trying to use this new sleep app. I literally just downloaded it, like, when I got back. I'm like, I need to start tracking this a little bit, like see what works for me and what doesn't. Because our sleep schedule, both of ours, have been like all over the place recently.
All over the place.
So I figure this is a good time to start tracking it and see, like, what's helping, what's not helping. And last night, I think I hit like the deepest amount of sleep that you can get, like 6 or 7 hours.
Wow. I think I didn't go to bed till like 11 o'clock last night, which is very unusual for me because usually I'm in bed by 9 o'clock. And I was not last night because also for like the last 2 weeks, I've not been in bed by 9 o'clock, regardless of where we were.
Yeah, we were getting home at like 11:30, 12 each night, going out at like, getting up at like, or trying to get up at like 7.
No, but by the end of our week there, so we were originally supposed to fly back on Saturday. Or no, we were supposed to fly back on Sunday because I thought that was a great idea to fly back the next morning after, the show closed. We went out with the cast and crew. Obviously that didn't happen. So shout out to American Airlines for moving us to the Monday morning flight so that we didn't have to not sleep.
Yeah, that saved us.
So that kind of threw my sleep schedule off already. And then we went out to that. I can't even remember the name of the place that we went to that was along the river. We left there, I think, at maybe 2 a.m.?
Yeah, I believe we left at like 2, got back. And the funny thing was we were supposed to be in Dublin at the airport around like 7, which is already like an hour and a half, 2 hour journey from where we were to get to Dublin. So we were just laughing, I think, the whole way home by being like, yeah, this would have never happened.
This wasn't going to happen. We literally would have had until have left the bar, gone and gotten our stuff and hit the road. So
yeah, I
was very happy that I think that I could see the relief in your face when I walked up to you after the show had ended and you were taking photos. And I'm like, are you doing anything planned on Monday? Because if not, we're moving our flight.
Yeah.
But I think we do have to let everyone know, though, that we were very responsible people while we were there. We really only had one night of like what I would consider a night out, which was that Saturday night. And I think the best thing was that as we're leaving, and this happened multiple times, and I'm very surprised that our car never got stolen the whole time that we were there, because I think
my God.
I don't know if you noticed, I think I left the keys in the car at least 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I would go back like with all the equipment and like go like wait for you. And then I'm like, wait, let me just check the trunk. And then the trunk would just boop right open.
Right? Yeah. So as we're leaving the bar, I can't find the keys in my pockets. That was already like from where we had driven over there. And I'm like, where did the keys go? Where did the keys go? And as we go out, there's like we were in like a black Volkswagen Golf, and we see a small little like hatchback black vehicle start pulling up, and you're like, wait, is that our car?
I'm like, yep, that's gotta be ours. And I was like,
if
Sabrina Carpenter is playing, it's definitely our car.
I know. Can you imagine if the car had gotten stolen and all we had to do was tell the PSNI, so this is the plate number, and all you have to do is just listen for the Sabrina Carpenter that's blaring out the windows.
It's the only
find
thing
the car
car
for
knows.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either that or it'll drive whoever stole it out of the car. So I will certify for everyone out there that listened last week or 2 weeks ago that Tyler did abide by the rules on the way there and the way back with his handrest or armrest rule.
I was apparently snoring up a storm though on the way back. Bryan was a seat in front of me and he said he could hear me very clearly.
Again, let's be honest. If I felt like I was like, it's either turbulence or a freight train that's coming down. And then at one point I turned around and looked at the guy that was in the middle seat and he just like pointed at you. And like, well, if he complains, I'm just going to act like I don't know him. But we're back now. We got started this week, took off. We had Jenn Parks on the podcast, who is with Curator Hotel and Resort Collection. The episode's live now on all the platforms and on YouTube. So you definitely have to go listen to it. It was a great conversation. Loved her. It flowed. She was a fantastic guest. I would love to have her back. I think we'll try to do something else with her soon, but she had a lot of great information about independent hotels. And so if you're interested in independent hotels, if you work at one or you're at a branded hotel and don't have any idea what an independent hotel is like, definitely go there. But one thing I liked about that she talked about was how they're able to, with the independent space, they're able to personalize everything really well. And we didn't say it when we were there because we don't tell everybody where we're staying at the time. But I made a point when we were speaking, where we were at when I was in New York. It was the first time I ever stayed in the financial district.
Yeah.
Which, if you have never stayed in New York's financial district, honestly, even if you don't need to be in the financial district, it was a great place to stay. It was so much less chaotic than
in Times Square. If you want to be in Manhattan for like some lower pricing and still kind of get that Manhattan feel, be around a lot of like landscapes or landmarks, and also just like have access to pretty much a lot of like South Brooklyn and like downtown Brooklyn, and then also to Manhattan within like, you can be in either side within 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So it's great.
Yeah. Subway stops are easy to grab. Like, it's not anything crazy, but love staying there. I stayed at the Sonder Battery Park, which I never stayed at a Sonder before. It's part of Marriott Bonvoy now. And I was actually very impressed. They're apartment units. So like mine was a studio, and then they have like 1 and I think 2-bedroom units. But I was very shocked because when I got there, they had handwritten a welcome note to me from the hotel manager, recognizing my elite status with Bonvoy. And then I want to say it was the next day, I had gone down to like pick up a package that had gotten sent to me. And I don't know if he was the manager or what. I should have stopped and actually asked a little bit more, but I was in a hurry. So I was trying to get myself going. But the gentleman knew exactly, he heard my name, and then he like knew what my status was. He totally gave the wrong room number. I was like, "Oh, you're in." And I was like, "That's not it." So, but I know that's
yeah.
It's an old
that counts.
But I know that trick. It's an old trick. You try to use it, and you say the wrong thing, the guest corrects you so that it seems like you knew, but you didn't.
Okay, gotcha.
But I was just shocked that he actually knew my status and he knew my name. So
because it was a pretty big,
pleasantly surprised by the whole experience.
It's a pretty big operation that they got going on over there.
It's a relatively low. I don't know how many units it was, but it was clear like housekeeping did a fantastic job. I mean, everything about it was great. They had that great rooftop,
and you had a huge room. That was
for a New York City
for a New York City place. This was a massive space,
right? Like I could live there if I needed to.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying too. I got to check it out too. Like we had to like do some recouping and like meet up multiple points. So I remember I came up to your room a couple times, but it was hands down. Like I know people that pay like $3,000 a month to live in a very small space, a much smaller space than where that was, which is crazy.
Right. So if I was going to stay for like, if I needed to be there for a week or two, it would be like the perfect situation because it had the full kitchen and everything. Like, so you could have gone like down the street to Whole Foods or whatever, and
a personal washer and dryer.
Right.
Which is crazy.
I forgot about that. The washer and dryer in the unit, which is also something I don't think every New York resident can say that they have.
Oh, no.
So I did like the fact though that I could smell people cooking bacon in the morning. That would wake me up, was the smell of bacon. So it was like you're in a hotel because you can smell breakfast usually, but these were people actually getting up and making the bacon for themselves. So, but that was great. I loved staying. I think I would stay in the financial district again.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a hike to like 54th Street.
Yeah. It depends. If you catch the express train uptown, then you're good. But also dealing with the crowds around usually when you need to go uptown to downtown sometimes can be a little hectic.
Right.
So it's the trade-offs you make in New York. You can never get it. You can never get it 100%.
We have some incredible guests coming up. We've been booking people like crazy. Next week we've got the special episode that we did while we were in Ireland or in Northern Ireland with St. Agnes Choral Society. Next week we have the episode coming up with St. Agnes Choral Society that we did the last day that we were there. Honestly, we shot it on the stage. It's a beautiful shot too. It was awesome. The Lyric let us go ahead and use the stage for the actual episode too, which is cool. Right. So that episode will drop on Tuesday. It's a memorial type episode too. So it's a tie between 9/11 and the show and kind of tying it all together. So I thought the interviews were great with the folks that we sat down with. We have a whole bunch of other exciting guests coming up the rest of the season, and hopefully we'll see Sarah Dandishy soon too. I keep seeing her on Instagram. I have a feeling. Yeah. I feel like our paths are getting closer together. She's very close to you this week. Yeah, she was out at the Skiffs conference this week too, over in New York. So
But yeah, no, I'm excited for a lot of the people coming up. We got a really wide range of people within the hospitality realm, kind of talking about a lot of different things that we haven't really had conversations about on the podcast yet. So I'm excited to kind of dive into some new conversation topics.
Right. I love all the new information. We have a couple of events coming up that we'll be doing, a few here in Phoenix that we'll have some guests for. And then I was asked the other day, Bryan, what conferences are you attending the rest of the year? And I have to say, I was looking at the list. I feel like I'm down to like my last two like meetings ultimately. Or like
that's kind of crazy because last year you were kind of at it. I feel like every single one, no demand.
I was at yes. And I said to you right before Christmas on the drive to the Dublin airport,
you're like, I'm not doing this next year.
At some point, I'm not doing this again, Tyler. I can't do this. I can't keep this speed up. It's too much for me. But we'll keep this going, which is good. I'm glad because I won't be traveling as much, but I would love to go back. Let's just bring up Northern Ireland again because I can't stop thinking about it, but I don't think logistically it would even work. But I am still stuck on this whole dairy for Halloween thing.
Oh, dairy for Halloween.
I'm very interested by this.
Yeah,
we'll see if that happens. But
little does everyone know. I don't know. This was news to me and you, but Halloween is an Irish holiday. I've never really.
I feel like we should have known it.
I should have known it. I've never really thought to like look back into the history of the origins of it. But Derry, Northern Ireland, is apparently the spot. It's basically like and for Americans, it's like kind of like the Salem, Massachusetts of Halloween over in
that's a good
Northern Ireland. Yeah. So iconic spot, but apparently they party and they get down over there during the holiday.
Well, they've marketed the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Because we saw billboards for it. We saw all sorts of advertising and everything for it. So, and then I had been told about it before. So that's why I hadn't even had any idea at all. But I have a feeling it's the Americans that came up though with like the dressing up as like a nurse, but then you have to dress up as like a slutty nurse or a slutty lawyer or slutty something.
Yeah,
I think that was a very American thing.
Yeah, we've kind of blurred the lines.
Right. I won't contribute that to the Irish, but yeah. So I won't be traveling as much. Yeah, we've got some holidays coming up.
Yeah, I'll be in Phoenix shortly as well too.
Yeah.
We got some cool stuff in the pipeline relating towards the podcast that we'll probably mention in later shows, but. Some of the stuff might be upgrading a little bit in certain areas, but we're excited to start bringing that to life.
Right. And you'll be seeing me in more reels.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot more reels. So that's very exciting. So no, it's been, I think this is a good way to start the fall, although it still doesn't feel like fall. It was 100 degrees or something, I think yesterday or the day before here in Phoenix.
See, over here in New York, it's been like a solid like 70s during the day, low 60s at night. And I think, honestly, I'm kind of scared, though. They just put out this report saying that like winter is going to be coming very early this year, which after a really hot summer, I'm not against. But like once that usually gets here, you're like, wait, no, I don't know if I want this anymore.
Right. No, we've got a lot of great stuff coming up. The last 2 or 3 weeks have just been a blur because I feel like we've packed so much into it. But it'll be great for everybody to see what's coming out. And then we'll be back on Tuesday with our special episode with St. Agnes Choral Society. And then we'll be back again next Friday with another Friday checkout edition. So, Tyler, do you have any advice for the audience before we go and have the rest of our fun on this Friday?
I hope you guys enjoy your weekend and live it up. Enjoy the weather while you can if you're somewhere nice. It's my only
Mom,
advice.
that one's for you because Mom, you kept telling me you got to let Tyler talk. You got to give him credit.
There's my 2 cents. Right.
She's my toughest critic. So awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining us this week. We will be back on Tuesday again with that episode with St. Agnes Choral Society. Be sure if you did not check out Jenn Parks this last week, or if you did not check out Jenn Parks this week on the podcast, make sure that you go and download or watch it, stream it, do whatever you need to do to watch it so that you can hear everything she has to say and more, as well as me, but more so her. She had some amazing things to share. So I did refer to her as the Mariah Carey of the hospitality industry. And
you got to see why. You can see why she's the Mariah Carey.
You can see why she's the Mariah Carey of the... Yes, exactly. So awesome. Well, thank you guys, and we will see you next week.
Awesome. Cheers, guys.
This episode of The Friday Checkout is a production of RH Media Productions, hosted by Brian Fish, executive producer Tyler Alexander, marketing support provided by Sunny Timbler. Thanks for checking out with us. Be sure to follow the Check-In with Brian wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss our next episode coming next Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Reliance Hospitality Global Incorporated or any of its affiliates, partners, or subsidiaries. All content is for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be interpreted as professional or legal advice.